Hey everyone! So I made a video, however, it was it was a corrupted file, so I couldn't upload it. I couldn't save it or upload it. So here we are. I'm making another one. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Okay. So highlights of the week from last week, from June 1st to June 8th. No, June 7th. Sorry. From June 1st to June 7th. Okay, so basically what's happened is that I maintained a steady following of the event called English Corner. I've met some Chinese people. Some of them I felt like they were very bored and they didn't want to be there. The thing is, the event was not organized by me. It was organized by another Chinese woman, part of an organization here called the Foreigners Language Association. And it was just like 5 conversation questions, and people are just supposed to talk. Things don't happen that way. Sometimes you have to orchestrate something, create a platform or an environment where people can feel free to talk to each other. So this time around, I came up with some ideas, and I told her. I spoke to the head organizer, and I spoke to the woman who was in charge, or partially a member, I guess a member, if we could do other things like assign projects or assign topics, things that people might be interested in, follow-up questions, discussions, assign like sort of like a class, but it's free flowing. So I've decided to use one of my former coworkers' lesson plans, which is to create an app or to create products, because people, number one, Chinese people are interested in business. 2, it's beneficial for them. 3, they're doing the conversation skills, they're practicing their grammar, and they're definitely getting to know each other. So they're getting to do all this in this small amount of time. So that's basically what I've been doing. I've also just getting used to the rain. It's been raining here for like the past 2 days. This is why I chose the song. I'm singing in the rain. Yeah. Let's see. I have met some very cute Chinese guys, and I'm keeping them as friends. Simply that. Let's not make it any complicated. Let's just get to know each other. I basically told them that. Last week, I first thing was I met some very cool Chinese fashionistas. They were they're very classy and very. I admire their grace and their class. Yes, they have very good poise, and I love that. So I had to. Because of that, I didn't have to do anything. Sorry, my thing is, I wanted to. I wanted to just engage in. I wanted to. Sorry, learn from them. It'll be like an exchange between Chinese and Western. Yes, I'll be helping them with some of the English dynamics, and they will be helping me with, for example, learning how to serve tea, learning how to sit with proper posture, and walk in heels, be a lady, if you will. It'll be somewhat like those um, class lessons, I guess I never got. Or how to walk, with carrying a book on your head and balance all that. How to walk like a lady and be a lady. I'm very curious about that aspect of the Chinese culture, and they said that they would be more than willing to help me with that. I've also gotten offers from other Chinese women to teach me how to cook Chinese food. And I think that'll come in hand. That'll be very beneficial towards my learning, especially since I want to learn how to cook more vegetarian cuisine. I'm really looking forward to that. Another aspect, I guess. There was a foreigners costume party, but there were some Chinese people that came. I don't know why. It's supposed to be for foreigners, whatever. And it was pretty cool. I was Laura Croft, and I just bought a bow and arrow. Everybody was using that and borrowing it, shooting each other. It was hilarious. I had a lot of fun. We went to KTV afterwards. If you're wondering, if you're wondering what that is, that's karaoke. Yeah, and you rent a private room and people sing. Of course, that's how it is here in China. I met a cute person. I'm not going to go into too much details. But yeah, I was pretty much trying to get everybody's contact that night. I met a lot of people. It's good to know and to explore China, especially with people who know the city and speak English, which is amazing. I've also run into some pretty cool Chinese persons. They're pretty open minded. They're very nice to talk to. And so that happened over the weekend. I also noticed a lot of it was sort of like a square dancing of hookups. Yes, everybody chooses a different partner with these steps, every few steps. And I just observe and I sit back and I look at it. That reminds me a lot of how I was brought up and taught to respect myself and blah 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 and morals and all that good stuff. I A lot of the stuff that I learned from my parents have stayed with me, and a lot of the things I just embrace other aspects, and I keep an open mind as far as religion and spirituality. I just observe, and I'm not condemning it. However, if they're going to do it, good for them. That's it. But it's just not me. I met this Chinese man whom I asked him to buy me a drink. I was just joking around, and he said, "I love my girlfriend." I said, "Okay, it's just a friendly drink. You don't have to buy me one." We ended up playing some sort of Chinese game, and he ended up having to buy me a drink somehow, and I got 2 drinks out of it, which is awesome. I got a lot of free drinks that night. However, I gave a lot of my drinks to my friends because I know my limits and I don't want to overindulge in drinking. It's not healthy and it's not beneficial because my grandfather passed away from liver disease, and so did my paternal and my maternal grandfathers both had drinking issues, and I don't want to continue within that same chain. I think it's unhealthy and it's a bad choice for me to follow. So I'm trying to break as many cycles as I can. I'm also trying to keep my distance and just be introspective and figure some things out within myself. And I feel like I have to stand up more for myself and speak up about certain things. And yes, I feel like that's good. And we also celebrated one of my foreign friends' birthdays. She was really happy because my roommate made her a cake, Lisa, and I have a gift for her. So I'm sure she'll be happy with it. I'm pretty much getting really acquainted with a lot of people here. I'm trying to be as sociable as possible. And I cannot stress how things are going pretty well. Well, I hope that we get to chat very soon. At the end of this week, I will do another video, but I don't want to share anything that happened this week until my next vlog. Okay? Well, short, sweet, and simple. That was pretty much it. One more thing before I leave. Yes, I've made great progress with my special needs students. Why? Because they were somewhat of little troublemakers in my classes before, but I found that with positive reinforcement and just helping them help kind of making them participate and treating them as if they're any other student, yeah, that's what makes them feel even better. Yeah. I also just want to say that, yeah, we made great progress and they like being in my class now. I always try to choose them when I always try to choose them when we're doing something where other students have to participate in teams or whatever. And the last thing I wanted to say was when we went to KTV, one of the Chinese guys was so sweet. I ended up cutting my finger looking for, because one of my foreign friends was playing with my bow and arrows and I told him not to. He shot across the room. I couldn't find it. And then when I looked for it in the couch, I cut my finger. I think there was glass there. I don't know what it was. And I was pissed. And he felt bad, but then my finger was like literally dripping with blood. My middle finger nonetheless. And But one of the Chinese workers gave me some tissue and then some. He put band-aids around it. It was so sweet and so kind. So yes, that's it. Short, sweet, and simple. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be updating this by the end of the week, letting you know what's up, how everything went down. Okay? Take care.